I don't think any. Hilltop. Can you hear me, bro?
You couldn't hear it?
Yeah, I couldn't hear it. I wasn't sure if something was going on my end, but yeah, you couldn't hear the video.
No, it did the same thing last time. I got to try to figure it out, but
okay.
We're going to go ahead and skip that part. We're going to skip that part. Welcome. You tuned in to Controversial and Deep Biblical Breakdown series sponsored by the Scoring Black Man podcast. We got a special show for you today presented by brother DARRYL KOSMON, and he presents I Am the I Am, Faithism, OAHSPE, and Objective versus Subjective perception. And before we get into the show, the brother has been, blazing the YouTube channels with great presentations. He did a great presentation on brother Malachi Maccabee channel, Honor and Humility STL. Y'all go over to hit that subscribe button. So the brother going to bring out a good presentation today. Give him your listening ear. Any comments you may have or questions, keep it respectable. You can leave some questions in the comment section. At the end of the show, you want to come on and ask the brothers any questions, challenge the brother, or leave any comments to the brother. Hey, wait till the end of the show, and we'll do that. Brother, how you doing? Shalom, man.
Shalom to you, brother Hilltop, and it's an honor to be here. Thanks for having me, brother.
Man, no problem, man. I love to do this controversial and deep biblical breakdown series because it brings different perspectives. And so, people kind of used to having the same perspective and having the same type of people on their channel. But I like to open it up. I like to have, conversation rules the nation. So I want to, have our people to have all the information and let people make their own decisions on what they want to, believe or get new information so they can build themselves up.
Right.
But yeah, without further ado, brother, it's all on you, man. Whatever you want to go with it.
All right, no problem. Thanks a lot, brother. Appreciate the love, man.
Let me get a quick shout out.
Oh, go ahead.
Get a quick shout out to the chat real quick. Shout out to brother Dreadful KOSMON, sister Mika, brother Ben Dawid, behind those walls, man. Brother, you keep your head up. You're gonna be out here soon. Sister Lifestyle, I always watch you, sister. She make everything, from scratch. She just don't make butter biscuits from scratch. She can make anything from scratch. It's a powerful sister right there. Y'all go subscribe to the channel. Hey, the GOAT, shout out to you, the GOAT. Hey, without further ado, go ahead and do your thing, brother.
No problem, brother. Yeah, shout out to the chat. Much love, CGG in the house. And man, shout out to everybody that's viewing it today, that's live right now, and anybody that's viewing it after the live. Much love to you. It's nothing but love, whether the information resonates with you or not. It's nothing but love. You have the liberty to believe what it is you want to believe. And I'm gonna go ahead and go from there. This boy DARRYL KOSMON, aka Brother Whirlwind CGG. I see you in the house. I love you. Huba, Intuitive GOAT. Brother Ben Dawid, I see you out there, man. Huba, Brother Mecca. No matter if I don't know you, brother Dread KOSMON. All right, it's good to see y'all in the house. Good to see y'all. Much love to you. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go straight for the juggler, man. It's gonna be about maybe a 1.5 to 2 hour presentation. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen and go straight for the juggler. We just gonna get right up in the energy.
That's what's up. What's up? Shout out to Professor Lovely Lady. I see you in the business. Thanks for all the support, sister. We love you.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and set the tone. Can you see my screen, Brother Hilltop?
Oh yeah, most
yeah.
Definitely.
All right, is it blown up enough for you to perceive the words that's on the screen?
Oh yeah.
Very good. We're gonna go ahead and get up in this energy. First and foremost, all praises to the ever-present source. Without the virtue of your presence, nothing would be made possible. I would not be possible. None of this in the universe would be possible without the virtue of your presence and impregnating us with the consciousness so that we can perceive and enjoy your creations, Heavenly Father. Death is made so that we can rise and inherit the Ethereal realms. Or we got people on the planet fighting over land and fighting over blocks. Come on now, we got the Ethereal realms is our inheritance. This is what it's all about.
Con.
We're going to go ahead and set the tone reading from a WAHSPE. Oh, I spelled the WAHSPE wrong. We're going to go ahead and set the tone reading from a WAHSPE, Book of Inspiration 9, 5 through 10. And this is going to be important because as we go through this presentation, we are going to refer back to the passages here. All right. You shall be your own judge in all things. This is from the Creator. This is the Creator talking. We shall be our own judge in all things. The Creator say, behold, I sent my God to judge you. But guess what? It says, but you shall judge the judgments of your God. And afterward, we should judge ourselves in the same way. The Creator say that He created us a perpetual judge. That means forever judging, forever discerning, forever perceiving. A perpetual judge. Not only to judge ourselves and the worlds besides, but the Creator said, you shall judge me, your Creator. Man, that sounds like heresy, huh? Then the Creator say, I have given you many sacred books. Many sacred books. And OAHSPE is one of them, of the many sacred books. And I say to you, unless you judge them, that includes OAHSPE too. He said, unless you judge them, you shall be caught in a snare. You're going to be caught up. The Creator say, I charge you, you shall accept nothing from men, angels, or gods, but you shall rely on your own inspiration from your Creator. And that said, we are here to establish that God and Creator is not the same thing. Welcome to the presentation, everybody. Brothers and sisters, I am the I am, a one self of the all self. And by the end of this presentation, we're all going to learn how we're one self of the all self. I am the I am. What is a faithist? What is a faithist? We're going to read from a WAHSPE Book of Judgment 2:14 as to what a faithist is. A faithist is many things, but we're going to get into this one. Two conditions will manifest. Subjective spiritualist will affiliate with the world's people. I'm going to say that one more time because I want y'all to remember that. Subjective spiritualists will affiliate with the world's people, being deniers of the ever-present person. And they will pursue earthly vocations for self's sake. But get this, objective spiritualists, being those who live for the Spirit's sake, will be faithists, believers in the ever-present person. That said, faithists are objective spiritualists. An objective spiritualist equates to being a realist. We look at the objective real for truth. Let's get into what that means. Objective perception versus subjective perception. Objective perception is based on facts. You see that? Objective perception is based on facts and are not affected by what? Personal feelings, opinions, or biases. It is the ability to observe. Observe Objective, observe. It's the ability to observe and perceive things as they actually are. That's what it means to keep it real. That's what it means to be a realist, huh? To perceive a thing as it actually is, and not tie your emotions to what you think it is or what it ought to be. Objective perception is based on facts and evidence and is not influenced by personal opinions or beliefs. Now let's get up into this subjective perception. What is this subjective perception? Subjective perception is based on emotions, opinions, and personal biases. It is the ability to observe or perceive things from the perspective of one's own feelings, beliefs, and experiences. Subjective perception is based on individual feelings and beliefs and is not guided by evidence or facts. So you see that? It's subjective perception is not guided by evidence and is not guided by the facts. Whereas objective perception is based on what? The facts and evidence. Know the difference. Brother Hilltop, you still there with me?
Oh yeah, I'm here. I'm right here with you.
Let me ask you a question, brother.
Okay.
What is that right there?
Oh, that's a basketball.
That's a basketball, right? That's the object. It's a basketball. You didn't have. Did you have to tie your personal feelings to what this object is?
Didn't have to do it at all.
It's because it spoke for itself, right?
Right.
But let me ask you a question. How do you feel about this basketball? How do you even feel about the sport of basketball?
I like the sport, but that's about that's about it.
Right on. And then a debate can happen or a disagreement can happen. If I was to say, well, I don't like basketball. I don't like this basketball. See how I'm tying my feelings to it? I said I hate basketball. You say you love it. Now we at opposition. Now we at odds with each other. Right?
Right.
And we can't see eye to eye on that. But what we can see eye to eye objectively is that this is a basketball.
Correct.
All right.
Correct.
All right, we're gonna go over it again because we're gonna go over these terms. We gotta go through vocabulary class before we get through this presentation. There's a reason why we're doing this, y'all. Bear with me. Bear with me. All right, objective again. This is from Merriam Dictionary. Expressing or dealing with the facts. We're dealing with the facts. Or conditions as perceived without distortion by personal feelings or prejudices or interpretations. And then right here it says we're limiting choices of fixed alternatives and reducing subjective factors to a minimum. So objective is related to the facts and is associated with the evidence and is associated with the object. Now, when you get to subjective, check out subjective. Look at what it's associated with. It says modified or affected by personal views, experience, or background. And it says what? Lacking in reality. Do y'all see that? You can't be an objective spiritualist and lack in reality. It says lacking in reality or substance, but also look at this term here. It is associated with illusory.
Hey, brother DARRYL KOSMON, we got one of the brothers and sisters say zoom in just a little bit.
Just a little bit more? Okay, right on.
Yeah, I can see it kind of good on my screen, but you got brothers and sisters that wear glasses. So
yeah, not a problem. Not a problem, y'all. Not a problem. All right, and then now we got the spirit. We're gonna go ahead and talk about what spirit is. Spirit is what it says in the dictionary is an animating or vital principle held to give life to physical organisms. So an objective spiritualist has the ability to discern that the seen is ruled by the unseen, as the unseen expresses itself through that which is seen. That is to be an objective spiritualist. And then we'll take a look at what consciousness is, y'all. Consciousness is the quality or state of being aware, especially of something within oneself. But check this out. Look at these two terms that consciousness is associated with in definition B. It says the state or fact of being conscious of an external object, state, or what facts. And again, OAHSPE reveals the two types of perception or presence in our living reality, and that is objective presence and subjective presence or perception. And reading from the book of Leka, son of Jehovah, it says, to the corporean I gave two kinds of presence, objective and subjective. By the latter, he can imagine himself in a far-off place, and the thought that proceeds out of him goes to a friend and speaks understandingly in the distance. And if you caught what that is talking about, yes, OAHSPE does speak of telepathy, but that's not the story for today. For I have created him so, but he who goes objectively must take his what? His own person, must take his person with him, for I created him so. Again, emphasizing that objective has to do with the object. And I magnified these two conditions to the spirits of all men so that they could also appear objectively and subjectively in the place known to them. Nevertheless, I gave freedom to all, to him who does not go objectively to go subjectively. But guess what? If you go subjectively, it's of little avail and not much what? Truth or profit. And I created man and angels in such a way that all knowledge which is to be everlasting must be obtained how? Objectively. Yes, I made him desire without end experience by his own person. Now I know there's some Bible believers in the house, so I ain't gonna skip out on y'all like that. Okay, it ain't nothing but love. We can all come together. Now check this out. What does the Bible say about being subjective? We're gonna read from King James, First John 2:16 and 17. It says here, for all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. And the world passeth away, and the lust thereof. But he that doeth the good will of God abideth forever. And then what does the Bible say about objective? Check it out. KJV Bible, 2 Timothy 2:14 through 15. It say, of these things, put them in remembrance, charging them before the Lord, that they strive not about words to no profit, but to the subverting of the hearers. Then it says, study to shew thyself approved unto God, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. That's what it says about being objective in the Bible. So what I'm talking about from OAHSPE to any Bible believers, it ain't far-fetched about objective and subjective perception. But let's look at what truth is. Look at the two terms that truth is associated with. The body of real things. There you go. Real. Again, reality. Objective realist. Things, events, and facts. There you go. Facts. And here it is right here. Big and bold. Actuality. And the second definition states the state of being the case. Facts. Simple. And that said, and the reason why I read those verses from the Bible is to expose to you that there should be no shame in viewing God through an objective lens and judging that God's character. What did we say in the beginning? The Creator said, behold, I have sent my God to judge you. But he said, we shall judge the judgments of our God. But he gives you objective in the Bible also, to tell you to seek truth. So that said, if we're looking at this God's behavior through an objective lens, that said, how was a God if he hadn't overcome his jealousy? How was a God if he hadn't overcome his anger? How was a God if he hadn't overcome his vengeance? How is a God if he commands man to kill, but is responsible for commanding Israel to retrieve land with the edge of the sword? That right there alone is hypocrisy. Here's your examples right here. KJV Bible, Exodus 13:14. For thou shalt worship no other gods, for the Lord, whose name is what? Jealous, and is a jealous God. Exodus 32:10 and 11. Now then let me alone, that my anger may burn against them, and that I may destroy them, and I will make of you a great nation. Then Moses entreated the Lord his God and said, O Lord, why does your anger burn against your people, whom you have brought out of the land of Egypt with great power and with a mighty hand? Now check out the hypocrisy in this one. Everybody knows the story of Amalek. First Samuel 15:1-3. We just gonna read those three right there. Samuel also said unto Saul, the Lord sent me to anoint thee to be king over his people, over Israel. Now therefore hearken thou unto the voice of the words of the Lord. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, I remember that which Amalek did to Israel, instigating, how he laid wait for him in the way when he came up from Egypt. Now go and smite Amalek and utterly destroy all that they have, and spare them not, but slay both man and woman, infant and suckling, ox and sheep, camel and ass. Does anybody know what that is called? Genocide. God had asked Israel to commit genocide on a nation of people. Genocide is the deliberate and systematic destruction of a racial, political, and cultural group. This is why it's important to test the spirit and question what it is we choose to worship. Because believe it or not, we choose what we worship as a role model, and we choose to emulate the behavior of what it is we look up to. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to live my life angry. I don't want to live my life jealous. I don't want to live a life of vengeance. And if you do, then I guess that's just your journey. Saul and Samuel didn't even judge God when God told them to commit genocide on those people. But check out Abraham in the OAHSPE. Check out what Abraham did in the OAHSPE, as opposed to what happened in the Bible. OAHSPE, First Book of God, 9:16-19. And when they ascended to the place, Abraham gathered logs and heaped them up, and Isaac placed the willows. Then the Spirit spoke, saying, what shall a man love all things? What shall a man love above all things in the world? And Abraham said, God. And the Spirit said, for which reason you shall offer your only son Isaac as a burnt offering. And it shall be testimony before your people that you will obey God, even to the sacrifice of your own flesh and kin. And y'all want to know what Abraham said in OAHSPE? Huh? You want to know what Abraham said after that angel told him that? Abraham said, show me that you are God, so that I may not err. Huh? For I have been commanded not to kill. And the Spirit departed away from Abraham, perceiving that he knew the higher law. Got to test the Spirit.
Con. And I could pretty much agree with this right here, because every time I read that story in the Bible, I never thought that was the Most High God, the Creator, telling him to kill his son. I always thought that was another deity, a fallen angel, or whatever you want to call it. But I never thought that was the Most High or Creator telling him to kill his son.
Deep. Much love, brother. Much love for that. Now check this out. There should be nothing wrong with judging your God. Creator already told us. I read it in the beginning. He said, behold, I sent my God to judge you, but you shall judge the judgments of your God. It tells you right here in the KJV Bible in Proverbs 12:1 and 2, whosoever loveth instruction, loveth knowledge, but he that hateth reproof is brutish. So if you question your God, if he tell you to kill and he doesn't like it, that means he's brutish. Because what is reproof? Reproof is what? Criticism for fault. Then it says in verse 2, a good man obtaineth favor of the Lord, but a man of wicked devices will he condemn. Interesting. A man of wicked devices. Wicked devices that God contains himself. And we're going to get into that in just a second. So what is a device in this context? What is a wicked device? What is a device in this context? Something devised or contrived, such as a plan, a procedure, a technique. But look at number 2. It says a scheme to deceive. It says a stratagem. It says to trick. Do you see the hypocrisy? We're looking at this God objectively. The same way me and Brother Hilltop was able to look at that ball and both agreed that it was a basketball, and we didn't have to attach our emotions to that or our personal opinion. Now, if you give me an object like a Bible and you show me an object like a God, and this is the way the God behaves, and this is the way he's showing me he behaves objectively, then this is what it is. And emotionally and subjectively, you don't have to agree. Because no matter how subjective you get, that does not change the nature of the object. A wicked device, Doesn't devices like anger scheme and deceive? Doesn't devices like jealousy scheme and deceive? Doesn't devices like hypocrisy and vengeance, they deceive and scheme? What does OAHSPE say about these characteristics? Let's read what the Creator got to say about these characteristics. Book of Leviticus 21:23. If the mortal cannot control his habit for intoxication or gluttony or avarice or debauchery or laziness or lying or what? Hypocrisy, or preaching what he does not practice, or sexual indulgence, or vengeance, or anger, or tattling mischievously like God did to Amalek, then he is indeed a what? A victim in the hands of Drujas. Okay, so if a mortal can't progress because he can't control his habits, then what does that make this God that has those characteristics, Think about that. So what is a druja? OAHSPE glossary, a druja. Druja applies to what? An angel. The same is drunk to a mortal. Low, dark, evil, dangerous. Come on, y'all. Y'all know characteristics like vengeance and anger and jealousy and being wrathful. Those are dangerous. Those are dangerous characteristics. You wouldn't be best friends with anybody like that. But you will worship a God that has those characteristics? And like I said before, what you worship, you see as a role model. And what you see as a role model are the characteristics. What you see in that role model are the characteristics that you're going to emulate. But then, okay, you might say, well, God ain't an angel. So how can a druja apply to an angel? But God is an angel. Let's look again objectively in the object called the Bible. Objectively, it says in Exodus 19:20. Check this out. Now watch this. It says in Exodus 19:20, it states, and the Lord came down upon Mount Sinai on the top of the mount, and the Lord called Moses up to the top of the mount, and Moses went up. And we're going to flash forward to Exodus in the next chapter, to Exodus 21-3. And God spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. But then let's go to Acts 7:38. Check this out. This is what the object says. And again, no matter how subjective you are toward the object, that's not going to change the object. That's not going to change what this says here. 38, Acts 7:38. This is he that was in the church in the wilderness with the angel, which spoke to him in the Mount Sinai, and with our fathers who received the lively oracles to give unto us. This was referencing Moses. So which is it? Is it God that gave him the law, or was it an angel? So that said, you might want to be careful that what you're worshiping isn't in druja. Let's remind you what a druja is again. Druja applies to what? An angel. The same way drunk applies to a mortal. Low, dark, evil, dangerous, wrathful, vengeful, envious, jealous. Don't get mad at me. That's just what it says. I didn't put it there. I'm just stating facts. I'm just stating what's objective. We learned what that means in vocabulary class at the beginning of this presentation, so that we're all on the same page. The true ever-present source is beyond these characteristics. Beyond those characteristics. Let's get up in this OAHSPE. Book of Judgment 28-10, 13-14. Because the ever-presence of Jehovah, you were quickened into a conscious being. As your earth body is of the earth, so is your spirit of Jehovah, the ever-present. Nevertheless, spirit is the opposite of corporal life. For the latter comes to an end, but the spirit of man is a tree of everlasting everlasting life. Your spirit grows by cultivation, which is by the practice of virtue, truth, wisdom, benevolence, and affiliation with others. Not the practice of vengeance, not the practice of being jealous, not the practice of being wrathful. It says wisdom, truth, virtue, and benevolence, and affiliation with others. Do not think that the soul grows by prayers or confessions to this God or that God, for no one shall be exalted for words without works. That means the Creator wants us to put our motion where our mouth is. In other words, stop running your mouth, and let's see more movement. Yet, in whatever God you firmly believe, check this out. Our Creator is so just that it is beyond the characteristic of jealousy. Our Creator says, yet in whatever God you firmly believe, you may worship him, for he is what? Your choice. He didn't say he was jealous. Who are we to the ever-present Creator that he gets jealous of us? Who are we to the ever-present Creator that he gets angry at us? We're accountable. We're responsible. So what we choose, we bring on ourselves. It says that whatever God you firmly believe, you shall worship him. But guess what? He didn't sit in the faithless and go smite Amalek. He told the faithless, nor shall any man prevent them in this liberty. So the Creator would never come to the faithless and say, hey, go smite Amalek. He would tell us, hey, let them do what they do. Because all things come to me in time. There was no need for me to be jealous. There was no need for me to be wrathful. There was no need for you to go spill blood. It says, nevertheless, if you worship a God or Lord, then let such be what? A role model, like I was telling y'all. A role model to you to cast your eyes into your own soul. Which is why in the beginning I read that passage to you. He said, behold, I sent my God to judge you, but you shall judge the judgments of your God. But then what was the next line? He said, you shall judge yourself in the same way. I created you a perpetual judge. It created us a perpetual judge. Not only to judge ourselves and the world besides, but the Creator say also judge him. It ain't got no angry, jealous. No, it's beyond that. Nevertheless, if you worship a God or Lord, then let such be your role model to you, to cast your eyes into your own soul, to purify yourself in the sight of your Creator, whom you cannot doubt. And in that respect, listen to this, y'all. In that respect, it is no sin for you to worship any good ideal, whom you shall emulate in your behavior. Now, Israel, or anybody watching, that said, we, the faithists, are not here to take you away from your God. So sorry, we the faithists are not here to take you away from your God you call the Most High, but to reveal to you, Israel, that you are something much higher. And that this God of war, and that this God of vengeance, and that this God of jealousy, and this God of hypocrisy, all perceive that if it can keep us in spiritual bondage, it can also keep us, if it can keep us in spiritual ignorance, it can also keep us in spiritual bondage. Okay, I'm gonna say that one more time. This God, it perceives that if it can keep us in spiritual bondage, it can also keep us, oh my God, I keep saying it backwards. If it can keep us in spiritual ignorance, it can also keep us in spiritual bondage. Keeping us stagnant. in a subjective state of stagnation and compromising our liberty to see things objectively and progressing in truth. We, the faithists, are not here to tell you that the tribe of faithists called Israel aren't a real people, or that you are not the chosen. We're not here to say that, Israel. In fact, the OAHSPE doesn't say a negative thing about Israel. But there are those of Israel who abandon their loyalty to the ever-present source to serve the creation and not the creator. That said, we, the faithists, shout out to the Creator Gang in the chat. Shout out to the faithists viewing tonight, We, the faithists, are here to deliver a message to Israel, the tribe of faithists, that when you are ready to return home, the door is never closed behind you. And it will always remain open for your return, Israel. And we want you to know, Israel, that you are our brothers and our sisters. There's no jealousy over here. There's no hate over here. There's no anger over here. There is nothing but love.
God.
And that being said, brother Hilltop, much love to you for having me here, brother.
Hey, I like to second that emotion, man. I received nothing but love since the brother Don Yehuda introduced me to y'all, the good brother. Shout out to the good brother Shalom in the chat. Shout out to the good brother Honor and Humility STL, brother Malachi Maccabee. Boy, I know you was coming to Arizona, boy. I might have stayed another month, man. Shout out to Cosmic Cal, man. Shout out to the whole Creator Gang, man. I love you, brothers and sisters, man. Y'all, even though I might be in the Bible, but I'm never hold a blind eye to listening to any other aspects of life. As y'all could tell on this controversial and deep biblical breakdown series, I invite all brothers and sisters from different aspects and different, trains of thoughts to come on and bring it out. You know what I mean? So much love to all the OAHSPE Nazarene gang. And y'all show me nothing but love, but I'm gonna continue to show y'all nothing but love, brother. But go ahead.
Much love to you, brother. All right, let's get into it now, y'all. We're about to get into the thick of it. Let's go ahead and get chopped up. What is OAHSPE? What is OAHSPE? What is OAHSPE? On the cover of OAHSPE, it is written that it is a primary. It is a primary. It is a book for the spiritual and the practical enlightenment and development of individuals, groups, and humanity for the glory and happiness and for the glory of the whole. For the whole, for all of humanity. It didn't say some. It said all, the whole. What is glory? What is glory? Glory is great beauty and splendor. Glory is magnificence. I'm going to read that to y'all one more time. On the cover of OAHSPE, it is written that it's a primary, a book for the spiritual and practical enlightenment and development of individuals, groups, and humanity for their glory and happiness and for the glory of the whole. Glory is associated with magnificence. This book is to bring out the magnificence in people. We'll get into that. Let's see the words of Capilia, Shout out to Capilia. Shout out to Venue. Shout out to Shem. OAHSPE Archibald, 27, 12, 11. My Father in heaven, the Creator, is your Father also. All men and women are my brothers and sisters. Not a select group. Huh? It said, all men and women are my brothers and sisters. To what? To magnify one's soul. There we go again with magnify, with magnificence, to glorify, with glory, magnificence, y'all. There we go. To magnify one's soul so as to realize this brotherhood. It is a great virtue. No matter what name he has, there is nevertheless only one creator. And here he is again, being inclusive. And all peoples are his children. Huh? The chosen are the ones who choose, y'all. Come on now. Call him whatever name you will. I will not quarrel with you. Huh? I am a child of his love, and by love, I will prove it to you. No man can prove this by war. No man can prove this by jealousy. Huh? No man can prove this by hatred. No man can prove this by being wrathful. No, God, I go for God too. Huh? We had this conversation already. Huh? We done already told you, Israel, once you come home, man, the doors is wide open. Huh? Ain't nothing but love over here. You are our brothers and our sisters. Right here, Book of Inspiration 11:7 says, I am not exclusive. This is coming right out the mouth of the Creator. I am not exclusive, but I am with all my living creatures. Come on, y'all. Again, what are we, y'all? Objective spiritualists. Boy, we realists. What is reality? Reality is a quality and the state of being real. What is real? Check out real, y'all. Real has, look what real has in the first definition: having an objective, independent existence. What did I say we was? Objective spiritualists. Objective spiritualists are realists. You look up real in the dictionary and it says having an objective, independent existence. And then look below in B, it says not artificial, not fraudulent, and what? Not illusory. And what word is associated with illusory? Being subjective, subjective perception. Occurring or existing in actuality, or relating to practical or everyday concerns or activities. And you scroll up right back up here about the purpose of OAHSPE, and it says it's a spiritual and practical enlightenment and development for individuals. That's what kind of book it is. For practical behavior, practical progression. Behaving or presented in a way that feels true, honest, or familiar, and without pretension or affection. But look what it means to be practical, y'all. Capable of being put to use or account. It's disposed to action. When you're gonna be practical, you got to act on what you got to practice the action. It says opposed to speculation or abstraction. That's what subjective thought does. It wants to make things abstract and make it all speculative, confusing you, deceiving you. But look at what actuality is. Actuality is associated with fact and reality. It's giving you the actual, the quality or state of being actual. Now we look at common sense. Common sense says what? Sound and prudent judgment based on a simple perception of the situation or what? The facts. Right there. Right there in common sense. But look in prudent. Prudent bring you right back to what? Shrewd in the management of what? Practical affairs. Oh man. Oh man, oh man. All right. OAHSPE. Why the title? Why the title OAHSPE? Sky, earth, and spirit. The 3 degrees of density explained. Sky, earth, and spirit. The 3 degrees of density explained. Okay, here we go. OAHSPE, OAHSPE, OAHSPE breaks up into 3 words. The O, the A, the SPE is a combination of 3 words from the first human language. And when I say first human language, I'm not referencing the Adamic language. That's a story for another day. It is a combination of three words from the first human language, meaning sky, earth, spirit, which are the 3 degrees of density in our living reality. Let's break it down. You got O, which is sky. You got Ah, which is earth. And you got Spe, which is spirit. So right there on the cover of OAHSPE in the title is telling you who we are. We are earth, we are sky, and we are spirit. Oh, you don't believe me? Stick around for this one. Because I'm going to show you objectively how we are these 3 degrees of density. We are OAHSPE. Book of Jehovah 2, chapter 2, 2 through 5. Jehovah said, I created the earth and fashioned it and placed it in the firmament, and by my presence brought man forth a living being. I gave him a what? A corporal body, so that he could learn corporal things. And I made death so that he could rise in the firmament and inherit my Ethereal worlds. What does it mean to be corporal? Let's reinforce this. Corporeal, consisting of relating to a physical material body. Your material physical body is considered corporal or corporeal, such as not spiritual, not immaterial or intangible, substantial. This is our physical tangible body. Look at yourself. Look at your hand. That's corporal. That's your physical self. But we also have a spiritual self, which is what animates the corporal self. To S, I gave dominion over corpore. With S, I filled all places in the firmament, even with corpore. So he's telling us that the spirit is in us. But check it out. It says, but corpore I made into earths. What did I tell y'all? I told y'all we was OAHSPE, right? OAHSPE, sky, earth, spirit. Here's our Ah. It said it made corpore into earths. So we must be the Ah. This material part must be Ah. Check it out. Well, y'all gonna be speaking 2 languages when I get done with y'all today. But corporal I made into earths, moons, stars, and suns. Beyond number, I made them, and I caused them to float in places I allotted to them. But check it out, y'all. What is earth in the dictionary? Earth. Earth is the sphere of mortal life as distinguished from spheres of spirit life. But then check out definition 5, A and B. Okay, it says A here, the people of the planet Earth. But then B says the mortal human body. That's in the definition of earth. The mortal human body. I told y'all, I'm gonna prove y'all that we're OAHSPE. OAHSPE is our living reality. And I'm just talking about what is as below. We ain't even get to what is as above. It says the mortal human body. Okay, well, let's look into OAHSPE and see if it resonates with that. Book of OAHSPE, Book of Judgment, 20 and 8. Look what it says here. Because of the ever presence of Jehovah, you were quickened into a conscious being as your what? Earth body. Earth body is of the earth, so is your spirit of Jehovah, the all. So if we have an Ah, then we must have a Spe, which is spirit. Because Jehovah just said that he animates us. He animates our Ah with our Spe. And in case y'all think this is funny, don't they say in Egypt that the spirit and the mortal body in Kemet is what? Ka-Naba? Come on, y'all. Don't laugh. This ain't foreign. This ain't nothing new. And all this is to prove that our bodies are in earth. Our bodies are in earth. Our physical bodies are in earth. And continuing on, Book of Jehovah, chapter 2. As I divided into two parts. And I commanded man to name them. And he called one ether. And the other atmosphere. Or etheria or atmospheria. These are the three kinds of worlds I created. Listen up. These are the three kinds of worlds I created. Corporeal, atmospheric, and etheric. Now I'm going to interpret that for you. These are the three kinds of worlds I created. Watch this. The O, the A, and the SPE. See what's happening? Again, what is spirit? An animating or vital principle held to give life to physical organisms. And if we have an earth, then we must have an atmosphere too, right? Yeah, we must have an atmosphere. Oh my God, is girl Cosmon saying that the body has an atmosphere? Yes, the body has an atmosphere too. Let's look at what an atmosphere is. An atmosphere is the gaseous envelope of a celestial body, such as a planet. But that's the context of a planet. But watch this. Watch this in definition 2. It says that the atmosphere is the air of a locality. I'm going to read that for you again. In atmosphere, definition 2, the air of a locality. Did you all know that we are localities? I proved that we were on Earth. I'm going to prove to you that we have an atmosphere as well. We are also localities, the air of a locality. Check it out. You have an atmosphere. We have atmospheres. Book of Inspiration, 1:3-5. It says right here, your corpore I made in which to what? Localize you. The Creator said, your corpore I made, our earth, it made, in which to localize us, to mature our entity. It says, without me, you will not have come to life. Because it is the spirit that animates this physical body. It says, you are like the end of a ray of light from my person. And you are what? Focalized in your corporal body. We have been made local, focalized in our corporal bodies. Check out the key points. We are in earth, being that we have a what? An earth body, the in OAHSPE, made of the substances of the earth. We are localized beings whose spirits have been focalized in our earth bodies. We have an atmosphere, which is what? The air of a locality. What does it mean to be localized? It means to assign or to keep, or to keep even, it means to assign to or keep even, keep within a definite locality. 1 second, long day. Localize, to assign to or keep within a definite locality. What is a locality, y'all? The fact or condition, the fact or condition of having a location in space and time. And what does it mean to be focalized? It means to bring to a focus. Again, what is an earth? The mortal human body. Again, what is a spirit? An animating or vital principle held to give life to physical organisms, y'all. Key point. We are mortal human bodies that have been brought to focus in space and time by an animating force held to give life to physical organisms. Come on, now I'm going to say that one more again for y'all. We are mortal human bodies that have been brought to focus in space and time. We've been localized in space and time by an animating force held to give life to physical organisms. We have an O. We have an A. We have a SPE. Huh? We have a sky. We have an atmosphere. Huh? Surrounding our local bodies. And we have a spirit, which is of the ever presence. We are OAHSPE. Huh? Check out these images right here, y'all. Just like water can be taken from the ocean and focalized in the cup, so is the spirit of man of Jehovah and is focalized in our bodies. I'm going to say it again. Just like water can be taken from the ocean and focalized in a cup, so is the spirit of man of Jehovah and is localized in our bodies. Book of Jehovah continue. Here we go. For the substance of my Ethereal worlds I created ETH, the most rarefied. Out of ETH I made them. And I made ETH the subtlest of created things. And gave it power and place not only by itself, but also power to penetrate and exist within all things. Even within corporal worlds. That means even within us. This rarefied element, this rarefied substance penetrates and permeates the whole universe and also penetrates corporal substance, even as it's passed through us now. Constantly. It's ever present. It's a constant. And to ETH I gave dominion over both atmosphere and corporal. It got dominion over your atmosphere and has dominion over our corporal body. Without the spirit, how are we gonna be? How are we how are we alive without spirit? How are we alive without the energy? Look at what ether is in the dictionary. A rarefied element. There it is again. In OAHSPE, it says it is rarefied. In Webster's dictionary, it says that it's a rarefied element, formerly believed to fill the upper regions of space. It says formerly believed because scientists don't want to say that ether exists. But we're not going to get that far today in the presentation. We're going to cut this short after the next section. Here are the key points again. There are 3 types of worlds in creation. Your corporal, your atmospherian, and your Ethereal. Your O, your A, your SPE. Corpore consists of physical, material substance. S is divided into 2 parts, atmosphere and ether. Atmosphere is what again? Is the air of the corporeal locality. Ether, being the most rarefied element, penetrates all things. This includes what is corporeal and what is atmospheric. Atmospheric is your O, corporeal is your A, and etheric is your SPE. That's the spirit, baby. Come on now, let me spell it out for you. Now check this out. Check out the celestial body. This is as above. Y'all hear us say as above, so below. This is as above. You see this earth right here? You see the atmosphere around the earth? And then you see the ether penetrating both atmosphere and the earth. But then let's look below. As above, so below. Look below at the human body. Look at us. This is us. You see our corporal? See our corporal body? You see our atmosphere? How do we have an atmosphere, DARRYL KOSMON? Well, your corporal body has emissions. Don't you have body temperature? Don't you have a smell? Don't you have breath? Okay, DARRYL KOSMON, but how do we have an ether, That's the animating force. That's spirit, That's spiritual emissions. That's where your personal expressions go. That's where your thoughts go, That's within you and what transmits beyond our corporal bodies and beyond our atmosphere, which is why we have to watch the information that we transmit, because you never know what somebody else receives. and how it inspires them. And from there, what they will manifest from your inspiration, from what you transmitted, and from what they receive from you. We are all hybrid beings, being both corporeal and spiritual in one body. Just like celestial worlds are corporeal, have an atmosphere, and are etheric, we are also corporeal, have an atmosphere, and are etheric, spiritual beings. Our corporeal part is our objective material condensed bodies. Our spiritual part is our consciousness and the expression of the individual that we are. Your spiritual emissions, how we think, what we express, and what we say transmits into what? The ether. Just like a light wave, just like a sound wave, just like a heat wave, just like a text message. What you transmit, someone will receive. What we transmit, someone will receive. That's why we need to watch what we say and watch our actions. Our atmosphere are emissions from our corporal bodies. Our infrared radiation, our smell, our body temperature, and amongst other things. And by the way, I'm gonna go back up because there's a point that I want to make real quick. You notice how I said as above, so below. In case any naysayers that read the Bible are against this as above, so below, you have the same thing in your Bible in the form of done on earth as it is in heaven. Done on earth as it is in heaven. As above, so below. You say the same thing, you just say it in a different way. So this ain't got nothing to do with witchcraft. This ain't got nothing to do with spookism. This ain't got nothing to do with sitting in Wiccan circles and burning candles and slashing necks and spilling animal blood. This is reality. OAHSPE is showing you the living reality. That we are O, we are I, and we are SPE. Right there from the title of the book is telling us who we are before we even open it. It's telling us what this reality is before we even open it. And when we open it and go beyond those covers, it tells us that it's a primary. And it tells us that it's here for the practical development of the whole, for everyone. This is corpore. This is condensed material. This is condensed substance. This is the sky. Condensation and dissolution takes place in the sky. Earth is condensed already. But when you look up in the sky and in the atmosphere, you see condensation and you see dissolution taking place, like it's unstable. Look at that. Have y'all ever went out on a clear, warm, nice, clear day, laid in the grass and looked right up at the sky? And you see clouds form, and you see clouds dissipate? It's a beautiful thing. It says right here, Book of Jehovah 4:2. The clouds in the air I bring into view suddenly. But different currents of wind I make the unseen, but by different currents of wind I make the unseen visible and tangible to man's senses. So on a nice clear day, the atmosphere is nothing but moisture in solution. And we see that moisture condense, and that moisture that condenses is called clouds. Ether, when we're looking out of space, it's total dissolution. But we also see cosmic clouds out there as well. Yes, I said it. Cosmic clouds, cosmic gases. In all of the universe, I have made the unseen to rule over the seen. The unseen rules the seen. Let the formation of the cloud stand in view of man on earth, so that he may bear witness to the way of the unseen becomes seen. Again, atmosphere. What is atmosphere? Atmosphere is moisture in solution. That's our O. What is A? It's corpore. It's material, physical substance. And the SPE is the ether. It's corporeal substance in solution. But is the medium for all substances that is seen, tangible, and substances that are unseen, which are intangible. All right, y'all, we're going to go ahead and get through this last section real quick. Actually, Hilltop, I'm going to go grab me a cup of water, and we're going to go through this last section, then we're going to open up the floor, man. It's only going to take like another 20, 25 minutes. I'll be right back, bro.
No problem, no problem, no problem. Hey, man, y'all hit that subscribe button over here at the Scoring Black Man podcast, where we do everything from a street and biblical perspective. This is the controversial and deep biblical breakdown series, and this series is pretty much all the top scholars in the Israelite community, no matter what book or what perspective they come from. We just like to bring out different opinions, different facts from brothers and sisters, and just bring it out and just let the cards fall where they may fall. You know what I'm saying? Like I like to say, let everybody have their own, be able to make their own mind up on what they believe and what they don't believe. Brother DARRYL KOSMON is bringing out some good information. I'm sitting back and listening and learning myself. And what he's bringing out is not far-fetched for my biblical Bible brothers and sisters. And I like how he's tying everything in together. And as you know, I like to travel the world. And when I went to the Sanctuary of Truth, the man in there that was giving me he was giving us the tour, he was talking about the air and what y'all OAHSPE people say, the air and the earth and all this stuff. So when he was talking about all that, I started thinking about you brothers and sisters. But so this show, this series is good and prominent. The brother Shalom has done 2 shows on here. The brother Honor and Humidity, my good brother Malachi Maccabee, has done 3 shows on here. Cosmic Cal has done a show on here. DARRYL KOSMON, he's on his first show on here, man. So we just like to bring it out from every kind of perspective and give brothers and sisters different things to think about from all books. Whether you're in the Bible, you're in the Nazarene text, you're in the OAHSPE. The good brother Fred Jackson, brother, aka Brother Israel, he has the top show on the Controversial and Deep Biblical Breakdown series, and he uses all kind of books. He used the Bible, the Quran. He uses you name it, he uses it. But he's also breaks every word down. He translates everything from the Bible dictionary and the stronger coordinates and brings it out. So yeah, man. So shout outs to all the brothers and sisters who have participated in this Controversial and Deep Biblical Breakdown series, and may we have more to come to bring stuff out. We are, in my opinion, we are in the last days, and I think we all should be sharing information to try to figure some things out. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna get everything down pat, but hell, if we could put all our information together, and maybe we can come up with some good solutions. But back to you, brother.
All right, on. Much love to you, man. Thanks a lot, bro. Need that water. My throat getting dry. I'm like, man, you just waking up, and I'm ready to go to sleep. You on the other side of the world, man.
Yeah, man. So I'm glad you called. You sent me that text. I was just waking up. I was trying to figure out like what time, so we got the little time zone thing. I think I'm about 12 hours ahead of East Coast time over there. So just trying to get it all together, Shout out to everybody in the chat once again, man.
Oh yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat. I see y'all.
I appreciate y'all coming in. I appreciate y'all coming in and commenting. And if y'all got any questions, drop them in the comment section. If y'all got any comments, drop them in the comment section.
All right, right on, bro. All right, back to it, y'all. We're gonna do this last section, y'all. What we titled it, huh? We are the I am. I am the I am. How are we the I am? How are we the I am? Let's get it. Let's get it, y'all. The mind behind motion and the manifestation of matter. Why am I skipping words, man? Proofread this stuff. The mind behind motion and the manifestation of matter. The all, y'all, the all. Yes, 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 the all, the ever present, the supreme constant. All right. I'm going to start this out with a quote from Encyclopedia Britannica. It says, matter, material substance that constitutes the observable. See there? Objective, y'all. Matter, material substance that constitutes the observable universe. And together with what? Energy forms the basis of all objective phenomena. Here we go again, back with objective. That said, without motion, there is no matter. But even deeper, without the mind first, there is no motion. And without motion, there is no matter. And what is this mind? When I call the ever-presence mind, what am I saying? I'm saying that there is an intelligence behind it all. That no man on earth or any planet that holds life has created. Huh? It's an intelligence behind it all. Not a man, not a God, not a Lord, not a Savior. OAHSPE, Book of Jehovah, chapter 1, verse 1 through 6. We're going to go ahead and do a breakdown. We're going to go ahead and do a breakdown through these 6 verses right here. Verse 1, all was, all is, all ever shall be. The all spoke, and motion was, and is, and ever shall be. And being positive was called he and him. Being positive was called he and him. The all motion is his speech. Being positive is he and him, and the all motion is what? His speech. So if you want to know what the word is the motion, the creation. It's the action. The all is a dual being, conscious existence that is and is beyond the totality of all existing things, but is one body, not 2 separate bodies, not 3 separate bodies, one body. The positive aspect represents the he, or the bringing forth, which is the projection and the inspiration, which is the transmission of energy. To transmit means to what? Convey energy or force through a mechanism. What does transmit mean? It means to send forward. It means to send or forward as to a recipient or destination, dispatch, or to convey. It's like a projection, okay? The act of throwing or thrusting forward. That's what the he and him positive aspect represents. It represents the bringing forth, the transmission, the projection of energy. Kinetic. Now, let's get into the female aspect. Book of Safar, E11. Om, the negative of Jehovah. The Om is the negative, is the female. The he and him represents the positive energy. The female of Jehovah, the female aspect of Jehovah is the negative. Not negative as in bad or evil, negative as in the energy, the opposite polarity. Huh? The negative of Jehovah, the female. And check this out. Here's the precept. That which projects is positive. That which receives is negative. Did you catch that? So the he and him is the positive. It's the projection. The she, the female aspect, is the receiver. She receives. She is the negative aspect. So Jehovah, the ever-present source, is both male and female. Here's the precept. Book of Jehovah 5:5-6. Jehovah said, because of my presence, I have quickened into life all that live or ever have lived. Because I am what? Male and female. Even in my likeness, I made them thus. I'm going to say that again in case you missed it. Because I am male and female. Because I am transmitter and receiver. Because I am the positive aspect and the negative aspect or duality. Even in my likeness, I made them. Because I am the power to quicken into life. So in the likeness of me, I made them with the power to what? To also bring forth. Uh-oh, I am the I am. We're about to get there. So what did he say above? He said that all motion is his speech. What is the motion? What is the speech of our Creator? What is the speech? It is an act, a process, or instance of changing place, movement, an active or functioning state or condition, or an active or functioning state or condition. Our Creator is always active. Our Creator is always functioning. It is ever present. It is always moving. It never rested. It didn't rest it during creation. It has to constantly move in order for everything to be in place. There is no resting. If it rested, everything would go into dissipation. Everything would dissolve into the ether. If the all didn't move, nothing would be manifested. It speaks with action. So all creation is its voice. Go look at all those stars out there in the night sky. Go look at all the beauty in the world. All the beautiful flowers, the trees, the stars, the clouds, the people, the animals, the insects. That's his word. That's the voice. That's the speech. That's the motion. That's the reality. He said, I am. He said, I am, speaking from its transmission aspect, speaking from its bringing forth aspect of itself. He said, I am. And he comprehended all things, the seen and the unseen. Nor is there anything in all the universe that is not part of him. So what does it mean to say, I am? It means that the all is aware of itself. It's aware that it is conscious. It said all was, all is, ever shall be. That means that this thing always has been. It always has been. No beginning, no ending. But it is aware of its existence. What is awareness? Having knowledge, conscious, cognizant. What is conscious? It means to be aware of one's own existence, thoughts and surroundings. And remember, everything seen is visible and tangible. Everything unseen is invisible to the human senses, but expresses itself through the what? It expresses itself through the seen. Huh? It said, he said, I am the soul of all, and all that is seen is part of my person, my body. By virtue of my presence, all things are. By virtue of my presence, life is. By virtue of my presence, the living are brought forth into life. I am the quickener. I am the mover. I am the creator. I am the destroyer. I am first and the last. And anybody coming to this information for the first time with any preconceptions, when you say, what, this thing is the destroyer, what, you're saying that this thing is negative, what are you talking about? Huh? You need to unlearn that and relearn something new. We learn this here. Check this out. This thing is conscious of itself. We are also conscious of ourselves by virtue of its presence. Huh? I am the I am. So because it's aware of itself and it's conscious of itself, and I'm conscious of myself, guess what that means? It means that whatever it says it is, I must see that I am also. Huh? I'm going to say that for you one more time. Wherever it says that it is, and it created us in its likeness, then we must be that also. So guess what? If it's a quickener, I must also be a quickener. Brother Hilltop, if it's a quickener, you must also be a quickener. You must also be a mover, Brother Hilltop. You must also be a creator, Brother Hilltop, and you must also be a destroyer. But guess what? You are also the first and the last. You know why, Brother Hilltop? Because you're the only Brother Hilltop that's going to ever exist. And there ain't going to ever be no other Brother Hilltop. There ain't going to ever be no other Brother DARRYL KOSMON, or another KOSMON cow, or another AHUBA, huh? Or another intuitive goat. There ain't going to never be that. I am the I am. Huh? We are quickeners, we are movers, we are creators, we are destroyers. We are also unique in the sense that we are also the first and we are also the last, because there will never ever be one like us. Hence the quote, you can be a better you than you can be anyone else. So be yourself and don't be ashamed of that. And guess what else? We are also seen and we are also unseen, because we have a corporal body and we have a spiritual body. And the same way the Creator says, nevertheless, I am only one. Guess what? With our corporal body and our spiritual bodies, guess what? Nevertheless, we are only one body. I am the I am. And now you can say that to yourself with confidence, because you understand how now we are created in its likeness. But let's break this thing down. A destroyer. It says it's also a destroyer. Did y'all know that creation and destruction are part of the same process? You cannot be a creator without being a destroyer, and you cannot be a destroyer without creating something new from what you destroyed. This is fact. This is reality. In this example, the initial form of the paper has been destroyed in order to create a new form, which is what? This paper airplane. There is no way around it. If you want to create something new, you have to destroy something. If you want a wooden dresser, or you want to build yourself a wooden house, you got to go chop down a few trees, don't you? Huh? Even Pablo Picasso is famous for this quote. Every act of creation is first an act of destruction. So when the Creator says, I am the destroyer, don't come in with a preconception thinking that, oh my God, it must be Lucifer, because Lucifer was told that he comes to steal, kill, and destroy. No. There's a difference between destroying for creation's sake and destroying for destruction's sake. Huh? I'm going to say it again. There's a difference between destroying for the sake of creation and destroying for the sake of destruction. Huh? Even the law of conservation of mass says matter can change form through physical and chemical changes. But through any of these changes, matter is conserved. The same amount of matter exists before and after the change. None is created or destroyed. So the same way your brother made the paper airplane here, the same amount of paper still exists when he changed the form from a rectangle to a paper airplane. See there? And change your whole perspective. Even right here, here's the precept in Book of Cosmogony and Prophecy, 321. What more is creation than to make a drop of rain, or the dissolution of a world more than the evaporation of a drop of water? Pour a few drops of water on a table covered with dust. Each drop will become a globe. Look for them tomorrow and they are gone, evaporated. The globe is annihilated. Check it out, y'all, pay attention. The globe is annihilated, for it is not a thing in fact. The form of a thing is not the thing. It's just the form. The globe is annihilated, for it is not a thing in fact, but the water, which was the thing. Sorry, which was the thing is not annihilated, but evaporated. The term annihilation applies to what are not things in fact, but which are forms and figures. Let's go back up to our example. Right there, that rectangular sheet of paper. What's the form? The form is the rectangular shape. The thing is the paper. The thing did not get destroyed when it became a paper airplane. What got destroyed? The form. The rectangular form got destroyed. See there? See there? Changing your whole perspective. So that said, if we are both creators and destroyers, what does that say about the source that created us in his likeness? That it's both. It's both. It is the duality of all things. And like I said before, why does religion associate creation with God and destruction with the devil? Creation and destruction are just 2 degrees of the same phenomenon. Now here we go. I am 2 apparent entities. Nevertheless, I am only one. And you can confidently say that in yourself too, that I am 2 apparent entities. Nevertheless, I am only one. Brother Hilltop, you are 2 apparent entities. Brother Hilltop, nevertheless, you are only one. You are your corporal body and your spiritual body coalesced together as one, united. These entities are the seen, are the unseen, which is potent, and the seen, which of itself is impotent and called corpore. That means the body dies. So just because you chop down the tree doesn't mean you got rid of the wind that make its leaves blow. With these 2 entities in likeness of myself, and through them, guess what? I made the living. There's your precept. We are OAHSPE. We are the I am. For as the life is the potent part, and the corporal part is the impotent part. And before we as we conclude, here are these key points to go over real quick. Jehovah is both what? Male and female, but all aspects of duality in reality. For example, it is seen and unseen, it is creator and it is destroyer. The male aspect is the positive, the quickener of life, the unseen, that which transmits and brings forth. The female aspect is the negative. It is the womb that births the spirit upon death. The material seen, that which receives. Yet it is only one body. We are focalized members of the I am, which is why I am the I am. We are focalized members of the I am, seeing in ourselves that which the I am says that it is. And that's what it means to be created in its likeness. Much love and light to the family. We're going to cut this one short. All praises to the Most High, ever present, Jehovah, Jehovah, whatever you want to call it. As long as this is an ever present spirit and not a man sitting on the throne.
Con. Great presentation, brother, man. I loved it. I hope y'all brothers and sisters got something out of it. I really don't see any questions out there or comments, but I do have a question myself. I made a comment earlier about we in the last days. Last days just meaning last years before some change come about. But one of the brothers, or I don't know the brother or sister, but it was the GOAT said after I made that comment, they said right here that we got at least 25,000 years left, and then Brother Cosmin Cal came and said
71.
It's 71,000 years left. Now, when let me explain. So when we in the Bible, when we talk about the last days, we talk about the Creator / the Most High sending the Messiah, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, down with the angels to set order upon the earth and to put the Israelites in a leadership position all over the earth. As he put the other nations back in their own lands, he has the Israelites representatives of 144,000. I know you probably heard of that. It's going to be the leaders, and they're going to be placed in other people's lands to kind of keep order and stuff. But we don't talk about, so with that being said, it doesn't talk about exactly how long we're going to be here. It's saying that we're going to be on earth, the kingdom of heaven. Like, all right, put an example, like as we say in the Lord's Prayer, thy kingdom come, thy will be done. So when we say that, it means that the kingdom of heaven is going to be right here on earth, and we're going to be reigning and keeping order upon the earth. It doesn't say how long we're going to be doing that. But now with the OAHSPE, all right, does that 71,000 years means that human beings is going to be on this earth for 71,000 years, and then we're going to another planet or another galaxy?
It's a corporal extinction. Anything corporal and material has an expiration date. That's why when the presentation it says the seen, and the unseen. When you look at the unseen is the impotent part, right? That's everlasting. The seen is the corporal part. That's impotent. So anything that's corporal, it has a tendency to want to uncorporate itself. So everything has a process of, we're going through a process of destruction. Like if you look at your own body, as you age, your body is going through a process of destruction. You see what I'm saying? And so that is no different with the earth. Now, the difference between what OAHSPE says and what the Bible says is you have two types of conditions. So you have two types of processes of growth. You have catastrophic, and then you have gradual. The earth expiration date is, or actually man's expiration date is 71,000 years, not the earth's expiration date. I should correct myself. So that's a gradual, that's part of the gradual process. Something catastrophic is like what the Bible advertises, like in the days, or it's going to be a big holy war, and such and such is going to happen. Everything is going to be destroyed. That's what you consider a catastrophe, or something being destroyed in a catastrophic sense. So when OAHSPE speaks of this expiration date that man has, we're only going to be here for so long, because as the earth gradually changes, we won't be able to adapt to whatever it's going to be, like the conditions it's going to be in 71,000 years from now. We won't be able to adapt to those conditions. The same way when the earth was created, man wasn't here right away. The earth went through a process. At first,
Right.
the vortex brought the substance in, it engendered heat, it condensed, it built up. It was like a molten hot rock. Nothing can exist when it's a molten hot rock. It wasn't under the right conditions for life. So it grew big enough and it cooled off, and then life came. Okay, in the same way that we're born and we're toddlers and we're middle-aged and we're old and we die, the earth goes through the same thing.
Okay. So that what that 71,000 years means.
It's a gradual, it's a gradual expiration date, not a catastrophic one.
Okay. Now I might have asked this question before to Salah Salom, but I might have forgot. What does the OAHSPE says happens to the spirit once a person dies and leave off this earth?
Oh man, yeah. Oh man, that's like which answer you want?
I mean, like, because with the Bible it says that all men, whether not good or bad, is going to go to a spiritual world to sleep. It says to sleep in the spiritual world. Then once the Most High / Creator deems that it's time to send the angels and the Messiah down to set order, then the dead shall rise and judgment shall come. What does the OAHSPE say about happens after a person dies?
Well, after a person died, then that's when you become an angel. Okay, that's pretty much what the spirit is. You become an angel. An angel isn't necessarily good or bad. You can either choose progression or you can choose regression as an angel. And so what happens is really a lot of what happens to you after death depends on the life that you live. So if you were somebody who let's just say, for lack of better words, like all holy, then you're gonna go in, you're gonna elevate through the heavens and through the ranks to become just a high-raised angel, eventually become a god. That's really like the ultimate destination, is to become a god. But there's ranks beyond God that you can achieve too. You see what I'm saying? But if you somebody that, let's say for instance, for example, you somebody who killed a bunch of people during your life and hurt people, right? The Creator gives them people liberty to wait for you after death, and when you die, they get to take your soul and torment you for however long they want to till they satisfied. And also, you can't even progress, even when they are satisfied. You can't even progress until they progress higher, because you're responsible for taking their lives.
All right, so in other words, so all these little niggas are talking about they on demon time, and all they want to do is kill another fellow brother and sister. When they ass finally die, all the people who they killed get to torment they motherfuckers.
Yep, all the people they killed. Yep, all the people they killed. They go right into atmosphere right there, which is parallel with the corporate world. And all the people, like say for instance, like any hood, like you can just pick any hood in any city, man. The reason, like, when you ever drove through a hood and you ain't even seen nothing yet, but you just felt the energy. Yeah, that's all those spirits in chaos. All those spirits is in chaos in them hoods that been killed. Like all that blood that's spilled, that shit go into the atmosphere, man. Like how I explained, it's like an emission. It's like once the body dies, all that energy and all that rage and all that vengeance and anger, it goes right into that atmosphere. And you can literally like drive somewhere. You can probably drive through a hood in a blindfold and be like, damn, it feels thick. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can feel it in the atmosphere. So
it's safe to say that, all right, so the brothers that kill each other, that's in, that's in these gangs and madness, they on demon time. If they just kill another wicked ass nigga, they're not going to be tormented by another wicked ass nigga. They're only going to be tormented by the people who was righteous.
Right.
Or with wicked ass niggas getting to torment each other.
Okay.
Because
say that for me again. I'm misunderstanding. Say that for me one more time.
Okay, so like like how we have brothers and sisters that they in wickedness, like you just say, and they kill, all they doing is killing other wicked ass niggas, right? Are they gonna be able to torment each other, or only the righteous people who they have killed is gonna be able to torment them in the afterlife?
I mean, it's pretty subjective, but OAHSPE gives us an understanding that the people that you tormented, they're gonna be waiting for you. And they're gonna have plans for you if they vengeful. That's like assuming that they vengeful. Like they can kill somebody, and if they lucky enough, that person would just like get over it and move on. You see what I'm saying? But if it's somebody like, if you're talking about the streets and all niggas doing is getting revenge and pop, you know what I'm saying? Oh, bro, You know what I'm saying? That ain't gonna change because you became a spirit. They're gonna still be vengeful. Like, yeah, I'm gonna get that nigga as soon as he died. You know what I'm saying? They'll go ahead.
So the spirits, when you die, the spirits stay here on earth, or do they go to a spiritual world?
They stay here. Yeah, it's in the spirit. It's a spiritual world, but they stay here on earth. Like atmosphere is like the lowest heaven. Atmosphere is a low heaven. It's like synonymous with the earth. But then you got higher heavens too that exist on like plateaus and different levels of the atmosphere, right? And and so if you a low spirit, you can't, like, you ain't dense enough to raise up. You ain't less dense enough to raise up. You ain't allowed up there. That's why all the false gods. No, if you notice in OAHSPE, if you ever read it yet, all the false gods, notice they don't have heavens in Etheria. All their heavens is on the earth.
On earth.
Yep. Okay. All their heavens is on the earth. They can't even have higher heavens, man, because they know because they can't even take the spirits up that high.
Okay. Yeah, I like how the OAHSPE brings out the vortexes and stuff, because I always used to study vortexes. I think it's 12 of them on the face of the earth, if I'm not mistaken.
12
at least that's what I got. 12 vortexes. As far as like well, like the white man, he says that there's 12 vortexes on the face of the earth, like the Bermuda Triangle, a vortex up in the Michigan area, vortexes up in like the Alaska area, like basically where all the fuckery happened, when planes disappear and boats disappear.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
You ever heard of let me show you something, man. You ever heard of a vortex street or a vortex stream? Let me show you something, man. Watch that. Okay, it's a phenomenon that happens in the sky where a vortex forms. I know, like hurricanes are vortexes, tornadoes are vortexes, but there are phenomena that happen in the sky where like vortex patterns will happen in the clouds. Watch this. Hold up a second. Let me show you. I'm gonna share my screen real quick. Okay, watch this. So it's called I forgot who was the scientist it was named out of. It starts with the K, but it's called a vortex street, I think. Vortex street. Atmosphere. Let me see. In the vortex street in the sky. Let me see. Yeah, right there. These are pictures taken from satellite images of these vortex streams right here.
Oh, wow.
They just form in the sky. And, you know, like nobody know what the cause of them is. And it's like, it's like, my question is, what happens if an airplane or a boat fly in one of them things? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I watch a lot of History Channel, so I watch a lot of, ancient aliens and every damn thing, and those vortexes are real. Every time we see vortexes, we see some kind of things that we can't explain. So I know y'all.
Vortex is very real. Look at this video I did, man. If you ain't seen this one yet, this how vortex form the world. Look. So like, look. So check this out. So I'm gonna pause it real quick. So like, so say this substance right here, right? Say that bowl of water. That's my ether. That's space. That's ether. And then and see the tea leaves that I'm pouring in there. That's the nebula and the elements and all the substances that feel ethereal, that feel space. You know what I'm saying? And watch this. And then when that vortex form, it drives all that substance into the center. That's how the Creator created the sun, moon, and stars. Watch this. So then I stir it up, and you see how it's all dissolved in dissolution. Watch this.
Yeah.
Watch this. Damn. And look at all the substance was driven toward the center. Back in the vortex in the water. That's how our world is formed. That's how our moon is formed. That's how our galaxy is formed.
Right, because every galaxy looks just like a vortex. It's nothing but a vortex.
Yeah, ain't nothing but a vortex. Ain't nothing but a spiral vortex. Yeah, man. That's all it is. Look at that. See how it built up in the center like that?
Right.
That's what the Creator mean when I say I take vortex and I condense it. I condense all the substance. Hey, put the link in the chat. In case any of the brothers want to come in real quick.
Yeah, if any of y'all want to come in, I'm gonna drop the link right here. Y'all can come on, give your statements, questions, anything before we close it out.
Look at what that turned into. Look what happened.
Right, a galaxy with planets.
Yeah. What just happened? Look. See that?
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna show you. And I'm gonna open up this little other view. The other view cool too. Check this out. See, just condense it just like that. That's how it works. Simple. In a bowl of water. Simple. Just like that.
The brother Malachi Maccabee said, "Ask DARRYL KOSMON, what will we be learning and doing in heaven according to the OAHSPE?" So that's a good question.
Oh man, that's a good question. I wish I had a verse to point to, man. But we're gonna be going to school. We're gonna be going to school. Like I'm talking in the context of a spirit that wants to progress itself. Man, we're gonna be going to school. We're gonna be learning gymnastics. We're gonna be learning how to hear different frequencies of sound and learning from it how to, because you got gods, bro, that can listen to that can hear a conversation in the mix of like other people talking. And you know how to us it sounds like blah, 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 blah. A God can close his eyes and listen with his ears and pinpoint a conversation between two people within all that noise. You know what I'm saying? It's beautiful. And when we learn how to play instruments, same stuff that we do down here. We go to college, we learn. You know what I mean? We break up hells. You know what I'm saying? We become physicians. We learn how and we go observe vortex creating a planet. You know what I'm saying? Man, it's beautiful. It's beautiful how what OAHSPE says takes place in heaven.
So basically, we're just going through another higher learning of learning.
That's all it is, man. It's higher learning, and then eventually, you know, when you reach that status of God, you know, and you reach your status of God because you gotta go through different, man. You gotta come back, and you gotta learn how to protect mortals or inspire mortals to do good. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. A lot of it's a lot.
Right. Well, man, brother, I appreciate it, brother. You have brought out some good, valuable information here. I hope the brothers and sisters love your presentation as I did, and look forward for more presentations to come from the OAHSPE gang, the Nazarene Creator gang, and brothers and sisters that's in the Bible, brothers and sisters that use all types of books. I'm glad y'all tuned in today. Once again, today's show on Controversial and Deep Biblical Breakdown series, sponsored by the Scoring Black Man podcast. Brother DARRYL KOSMON presents I Am the I Am.
Oh yeah.
OAHSPE.
Oh yeah.
Objective versus subjective perception.
Oh yeah.
And brothers and sisters, I hope you got something out of this. I hope you learned some things, and it's all about teaching each other. It's all about learning and getting a higher learning. Just like the brother said, we're not going to stop here. We're going to be learning when our bodies leave this fleshly. While our souls leave this fleshly body, we're going to continue to learn.
Continue.
And that's why
learn. That's what you call perpetual growth. Ain't no reincarnation over this way. Like I said, it says you are the first and you are the last. You ain't coming back. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is it. You here now. You here now. So make the best of it. And you got nothing. Right. You got nothing to lose. If you have eternity ahead of you, or we have eternity ahead of us. We have nothing to lose but to perpetually grow.
Right. And that's why I always say, you know, you're supposed to always keep learning until you die. And hell, after you die, you better keep learning. So, man, I appreciate your time, brother, man. You're always welcome on here to bring out any prevalent information that you want to bring out. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. You know, there's too many of y'all to name, but brother Malachi Maccabee, Honor and Humility, STL, brother Shalom Simone, Cosmic Cal, sister, is it Aduba, Lifestyle.
Yahweh in the building. You know, we have Malachi in the building.
Bronze Yoga.
Who's Professor Lovely? Who is Professor Lovely?
Sister, of course, Sister Professor Lovely Lady.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, everybody. Dominique. Sister, is it Shamika? I'm trying to go through this thing. Bear with me. I want to make sure I'm probably going to leave some of y'all out, but hey, Y'all ain't left out. I just couldn't see
Ron
you all.
Ron Shelby in the building.
Right, the goat in the building with that great question about everybody, Sister Mika, Brother Ben Daweed, just everybody, you know what I'm saying? Peace and blessings to you all, and hopefully we see y'all next time, and shalom.
Oh yeah, hey, I'm gonna close out with something. Sorry, man. Let me close out with something real quick.
Oh, go ahead, brother.
And I'm gonna slide up out of here, man. Listen. I'm gonna share this with y'all. If you pull yourself above yourself to see yourself, you might see yourself below yourself and realize you're not yourself. But if you take yourself within yourself to reinvent yourself, you might deconstruct to reconstruct yourself to become yourself. So become yourself, now free yourself. It's your boy DARRYL KOSMON, aka Brother Whirlwind. All praises to the ever-present source. Brother Hilltop, thanks for having me. Love and light to you, man.
Man, peace and blessings to you. And like the brother, let's go back to Africa, say, this your man, not your boy. Shalom.